The Western Cape Social Development Department says it's been inundated by cases of child abuse and neglect. And it says it has programs to provide places of safety for children. Let's continue the theme of this conversation now with the department's Annemie van Reenen, who joins us from her home in the Cape. Annemie, thank you so much for your time this morning. We've now just heard some of the dire numbers, the amount of children who are at risk already and who are in peril when it comes to their mental health. So many of our children, however, find themselves in physical situations that they need to be removed from. And this, in part, is where foster care comes into play. Now, I believe we're talking about 39,000 children in foster care in the Western Cape alone. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that number. Paint a picture for us about how serious the need is for safe spaces in your province.
Good morning. Yes, you are correct. We've got over 39,505 children currently in foster care. What we experience in the Western Cape currently is a high number of child abuse, neglect and abandonment. And also we are really struggling, a lot of our parents and caregivers, just with the behavior of children, which they no longer be able to control. And then we have to remove these children from their biological parents to safeguard them. What we also are struggling is a lot of the children with special needs that need special care. And obviously that affects the learning as well of these children in the school environment. And they really need special attention, and we are really struggling to find people to take care of them. As you know, we believe in DSD, the social workers, that a child flourishes in a family. We need to place them in a family. So they were always looking for families who have the necessary capacity to look after these children. We do in terms of the alternative care, have the child and youth care centers, but we're always looking for people with the capacity to take the care of these children in their immediate family environment. So we will first always look for a placement of a person that is known to the child, and then obviously someone that's not known. And it's the best for a child to be in a family environment where they flourish, they get love, and accepted by the family.
Now, Annemie, outside of the official title that you hold in the Western Cape Department, you are at heart a social worker. And you speak about what is the best space for a child to be in. And you say sending them to a youth center is one thing. But you and I both know that a child knowing where they're going to be sitting down and having a supper, going to bed that night, knowing that that's going to be their bed tonight, and they're going to be safe, and they've got a roof over their head, and they're going to be warm, and when they wake up tomorrow morning, there'll be a warm bowl of oats, and they can face whatever challenges the day follows. It's that touch and feel that is very important in the work that you do on a day-to-day basis, isn't it?
Yes, it's extremely important. I'm not a social worker. But I've got a passion for the profession and a passion to care for the poor and the vulnerable. So yeah, we need to take care of our children, and we need to provide for them the necessary support system so that they can flourish and can become the leaders of tomorrow in our society.
Apologies there, I was indeed given the wrong piece of information there. But your department has also put an emphasis on the role of the safety parent and the emergency parents and what role they can play. Tell us more about that and how they fit into the current system. Explain to us where they fit in. Once you sent in a social worker to assess a situation, what happens from there, and where do these safety parents and emergency parents come in?
Okay, what the social workers normally do is when they will go in and they will remove a child, the first thing that they need to do is they need to find a safety parent to take care of a child. We've got a pool of safety parents that we normally use, and remember, we need to act quick. They will do the risk assessment, and if they find it necessary to move that child based on the immediate risk to that child, they immediately need to find somebody that can take care of that person. And that is where the safety parent come in. And specifically after hours, and I mean, you've recently seen how much my staff has been attacked and hijacked. So specifically after hours, we are really struggling. And then we also have got emergency parents that will take care of the child for a short while. Until we find safety parents, because a lot of the time it's removals in the night, also during the day, but mostly in the night, where my team is at risk. All these safety parents will be vetted through a thorough vetting process so that we make sure that we don't pose another risk to the child. We've got quite in some of our regions, we've got a lot of safety parents that's been vetted. But as you know, that personal circumstances will change overnight. And therefore, we always need new people. We've got a lot of the time also the breakdown. We place them, sometimes with a foster care parent. And what then happened is that the children starts with problem behavior, and that whole placement breaks down, and then we need to find another foster care parent. So in short, what we do is we remove, we've got the vetted safety parents, which we're always looking for more as a result of the fact that I said that their circumstances change. So we consistently, on a monthly basis, sometimes quarterly basis, we recruit new safety parents. And then we will go to court, and then court will give us a detention order. And it will give us a period of 90 days to investigate, and then the social worker will make a recommendation to court. Maybe we always try first to see if we cannot rehabilitate the situation at home, because we want to reunify. There's nothing more a celebration for a social service professional if they manage to restore the relationships and to resolve the issues in a house, and to be able to reunify that child with their parents. But a lot of the time, unfortunately, it does not happen, and then court will place that child with a court order, and it's the children courts I'm speaking of, will then place that child into the care of a foster care mother or family, which is also being vetted to ensure that we safeguard our children.
Just very quickly, Annemie, before I let you go, I know you helped organize a safety parent recruitment drive in Atlantis, and the response was very encouraging. If people are watching right now and they want to find out how they too can perhaps become a safety parent, what do they need to do? What boxes do they need to tick, and who can they get in touch with to find out more?
Okay, yes, we had a very successful recruitment drive recently in the Atlantis, where we invited the Atlantis community. You would not believe they came out in the rain. There was more or less 30, 40 women that wanted to be safety parents. When they left after the information session, 7 people already completed our form, and they indicated they are willing to become safety parents. We will now follow the vetting procedure. And anybody that's interested, I cannot more emphasize how many all across the Western Cape province we need safety parents. You're welcome to phone our toll-free number, which is 0800 220 250, or you can go to the nearest social development local office in your town, or here in the metros, or you can visit our website. We are very, very keen to have more of these safety parents on board to assist DSD and to help us safeguard our children.
Annemie, thank you so much for your time this morning. Indeed, the work you and your team are doing. Annemie van Reenen is the Chief Director, Service Delivery Management and Coordination with the Western Cape Social Development Department there. That toll-free number again, 0800 220 250, and find out if you are able to get involved or to help in some way.